Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, we're going to be fusing our Rhazin. That's right, guys! I've been so excited for this one for a while. So if you guys don't know, if you go to the summoning portal and go to the fusion, there are some fusions that you can get. And one of them is Rhazin Scarhide. He is a very nice lizardman that has some really interesting skills. So let's talk about him real quick, and then we'll talk about the fusion and all that kind of stuff. So his A1 attacks one enemy 3 times, 20% chance of removing a random buff, so it can take a buff off of a champion. His A2 attacks one enemy, has 75% chance of placing a 60% debuff for decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. And then also a 25% chance of weaken if you have him ascended to 3, which is really nice. This is going to make him really good for stuff like Spider, and that's where I intend on running my Rhazin. And then his A3 attacks all enemies and decreases the turn meter by 100%, which can be really interesting also, not only for Spider, but even like Fire Knight and other dungeons as well. And then he has a ally resist in the arena by 90, which is huge. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to use him, we're going to build him, and we're going to talk about him. And I have some ideas where I want to use him, but I finally got the pieces. So a lot of these pieces you need to pool, and I was waiting on this piece right here, the Pentient. I'd never pulled one, and it took forever. So keep an eye on all these pieces. Some of them you can pull, some of them, like the Skull Sworn, you can go grab from the sewers. But keep an eye on them, because some of these you can't just get. You have to go and pull, like the Magus there. So let's go ahead and let's load up the fusion. Let's get all these guys in here. She's just got trash gear on her because I was running around faction crypt, so I don't mind if I lose it. And there we go. We can fuse Rhazin one time. Let's go ahead and fuse him 1 million, and there we go. Our Rhazin is coming to life. There we go. Nice. So we got our Rhazin Scarhide. Let's see what the reviews say. I don't actually know. So arena offense, he can be really useful in arena. Clan boss is pretty interesting. Arena defense, Fire Knight, Minotaur. Like I said, a lot of dungeons. I have ideas in Spiders. His Spider rating isn't very high, but I have an idea in Spider to make him work. We'll see. So what we're going to do is I'm going to farm him up. We're going to get him up to full 6 stars, because whenever you're building a champion, and especially if you're going to use them a lot, you should try to get him up to 6 stars. So we're going to get him up to 6 stars. We'll get him ascended so we can use a banner, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I do want to show you guys. So I don't have a ton of gems right now, and I don't know that I really want to buy a ton of gems, so this will probably be a little bit of a process. But I noticed that when you're doing Masteries, when you're trying to do scrolls, so for anyone, if you don't know, if you go to your champions, so for Rhazin, for instance, we just got him. For your Masteries, when you're trying to get the scrolls, you can just buy all of the scrolls for 800 gems. Now, I did a few experiments, and it seems that it could be slightly cheaper. Not a ton cheaper, just slightly cheaper if you go to the dungeons, and if you have a somewhat quick team. My team does it in about a minute, give or take. If you run them with 4 champions that can take this stage down, so this team of 4 can take it down, you can work on leveling up your champion. You can also get these scrolls for your champion, and it's kind of like a dual purpose, so you don't have to spend extra energy farming them, and you can save energy while getting the scrolls. So it kind of makes a lot of sense here on that dual purpose, and that's what I'm going to do with Rhazin. So this is going to take me a little bit. This video is going to be like kind of a little bit of a lengthy video, but I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this to work. I'm going to run it in the background. Now, it does take, what did I say, like 160-ish runs, give or take, because there's a little bit of fluctuation. You don't always get the same number of books. So it's like 160 to 180 runs, give or take, depending on your luck. But it's still cheaper than buying the 800 gems. And I've done this twice, and both times I did it for my Frozen Banshee, and I did it for someone else. Both times it was cheaper than spending the 800 gems on scrolls. So we'll do this for Rhazin, and also it'll help us level him up to 50, because I would normally have to just farm him anyways. And then I have 5-star food ready to go. We'll get him up to 6 stars. Bing, bang, boom, we're done, ready to go. So let me go ahead and let this run. I'll be back with you guys. It's gonna be a little bit, but I'll be back with you guys. Alrighty, guys, so I finally got Rhazin done. It's been a few days since I started the video originally, but that's all right. So I got him in some mixed sets. We got an accuracy set over here. I need a better chest piece for him. He's in a defense with crit rate, but I'm not running him at max crit rate, so It's really the only speed chest plate that I had that works for him. But let's take a look at his stats right now. I'd like him to have a little more health, but like I said, we need a little bit better gear. So 32k health, 1600 attack, almost 4k defense, 214 speed. So I got him going really fast, and I'll talk about that here shortly. Crit rate and crit damage don't matter too much, but he is at 62% crit rate, which is a little bit high. 141 on the resist, 247 on the accuracy. Now, he's going to help me out in 2 spots, and we'll show those off here. He's going to add to my Fire Knight team, add a lot of consistency there, and he's going to add to my Spider team. And the Spider team is really fun, but it's super inconsistent, but it's really fun to watch when it does work. So we talked about him a little bit with his skills, and really the shear is really nice. The decreased defense and weaken is huge, and then the bog down for the decreased turn meter by 100% is huge. For Masteries, we went like this, since I am having him hitting a lot of dungeons and stuff, but really I went with Giant Slayer that occurs once, because I'm going for a spider team with him, and it's really interesting. I might change these up, so these might not be the best masteries for a Rhazin, but I want to show off kind of the trees that I went, just experimenting with it. So let's go ahead and let's go out and show you guys my Rhazin in action, because the one place that he has amazingly added a lot of consistency for me, and it's still not even like a ton of consistency, because it's really inconsistent, because the main problem here, if we go back, Spider 20, Rhazin has weak affinity too, so that means he's going to weak hit occasionally, and that leads to missing his debuffs. But I went with a crazy nuke spider team. Let's see if we can get it to work the first time. So we got 2 Royal Guards, 2 Cold Hearts, and Rhazin, and as you saw, my fastest time is like 17 seconds with this team. It is insane. So here's how the team works. Let me turn auto off real quick so we can talk about it. So it's all dependent on if he lands his weaken and his decreased defense. If he misses this, we're in panic mode, but it's not an automatic defeat if he misses this. But remember, he has that weak affinity, so he might weak hit. But let's see. Oh, we land it. Okay, so this is essentially an auto win. Once he lands it, so the spider has decreased defense and weaken, which means it's going to take more damage. So the Royal Guards are going to do their takedown, which hits really hard. Watch how hard it hits the spider. Nice. And then we'll do another takedown. Nice. And then the Cold Hearts are going to hit with their Heart Seeker, which does a ton of damage as well. All those attacks are based on enemy max HP. And then bam, right through there, and bam, right through here. And that's how I get a 16 second spider. It's pretty insane. But it's so fun. There are other champions you can run in this, such as Spider himself, but Spider also has a lower chance on the weaken and decreased defense. So, and I wanted to show off Rhazin. There's also some Void champions that do really well in this. Let me see if we can get it so that he doesn't hit it and see how it goes, because I've ran this about 200 times to test it, and it's about a 65% success rate. So it is inconsistent, but look, we hit there. And it's all due to that weak affinity. If he didn't have weak affinity, he would crush it. So let's go ahead and take it down, we'll go ahead and hit our Heart Seekers and crush this spider. So I got them just built super crit damage, super heavy hitters. Oh, it's so fun to run spider. I won my spider tournament that was just ended because of this team. So let's try to do a speed run. Let's see if he lands this. He lands this. Okay, so we could probably speed this. All right, so takedown. Oh, I misclicked. Oh, it's 17 seconds. Oh, so there you go. And when it works, it's great. I'm trying to get him to miss his weekend. That's what I'm trying to do here, so I can show you guys how we can try to make it happen without the weekend. But when he misses that weekend, it's real sketchy. But he's gonna hit it every time. All right, so essentially, if he misses that, it goes on to his turn meter down. I'll let this run on auto so you guys can see how it runs on full auto, I guess, because the Cold Hearts don't hit their Heart Seeker right away, which is kind of annoying, but it's enough to still get through. So they hit their hamstring, and then the Heart Seekers will come through right here. So on auto, it's like a 34 second team, but I mean, that's really nice. And then the other place that I've been running him, and it's added a ton of consistency. I actually just ran all my auto runs last night. I ran 75 auto runs on Fire Knight 20. So he helps out a lot on Fire Knight 20 because he has that multi-hit, he has the weaken. We're running the Sentinel up front. She has some nice defense buffs. She can actually ignore all damage incoming. Stagnite basically acts as Tayrel with decreased defense, decreased attack. And then Rhazin, we talked about what he did. Bad L has healing and poisoning, and then makes hits on people that are poisoned hit harder. And then I recently just got Brachus, and I threw him into the Fire Knight team, and it is nasty. So he attacks once, and then he has a 6-hit, which has a weaken chance in there, and then he also has a 3-hit, which I think I'll do a highlight video on Brachus here shortly. Now, the one issue with this team, it's not super fast, but it is very consistent. Like I said, I ran 75 runs with this last night, and all of them won. Every single one got through, and I won 75 in a row. So that's what I've been looking for my Fire Knight team, and Rhazin with his multi-hit and his turn meter control was able to add to that. I was running a Cold Heart with this, but I found that my Cold Heart like rarely made it to the end. Well, probably like half the time made it to the end. She was real liability. So I went with this team just to be consistent. It's not a speed team by any means, but it is very, very consistent. Like I said, doesn't miss, gets through there. You just got to be patient. These runs do take a little bit, depending on if someone gets taken out. It can take a little bit, but it'll get through here. So you see them all working through, just taking out the waves, and they work really well together. We'll go manual when we get to the Fire Knight, but the team does a great job just getting through there. Look at that. He takes down all of their turn meters right there. Did you see that? All of their turn meters go down. And then from there, we're just wrecking. Oh, it's so nice. So many debuffs on this team. I love it. I love it. So Rhazin was a huge add for me. A really nice addition to the team. I've actually gotten quite a few new pieces that I want to do videos on. It's just, I've been trying to stream more COC and stuff. So just trying to like stream, do videos, and do videos on 2 channels. That's so much, man. It is so much. But I'm working on it. I'm going to try to do more champion guides. Madison wants to show you guys her account because she's got some new stuff. She pulled her first legendary, which was crazy. She pulled it out of a void shard. So that's all stuff that'll come here soon. But look at this, guys. We're getting through the waves, not taking very much damage, and that's the big thing here. We can just get through here and make it happen. So I'm going to take over right here so we don't hopefully use any skills. Okay, that way we can get our skills cooling down properly so we can take down the shield. I guess that doesn't really matter too much. Get those poisons on the Lich, get that taken out. And let's see, we'll get that. We'll just use the A1s here because with all the poison and everything, we should be fine. I just want everything cooling down here is what I'm trying to get at. Alright, so we'll get that. And keep moving. Keep getting through. So a lot of our skills should get cooled down here and be open for when we get to the clan boss, which is exactly what we're looking for. Perfect. Nice. Okay, or not the clan boss, the Fire Knight. Did I say clan boss? I did. So here, what we're gonna want to do, he's gonna put up a shield. So you don't want to hit your, your shear or your bog down. You want to hit your multi-hit skills. So right here, we'll hit 3 times to get 3 hits on that shield. Let's see. We'll go ahead and hit there with Bad L. She has. Let's go ahead and increase everyone's defenses. His 6-hit isn't ready. But he does have the 3-hit. And I don't know that we get through. Let's try it. We'll try it. Alright, so we'll get through there. The one issue is like we got to get our timing right on this. Alright, so we'll hit here. But he's going to put his shield right back up. That's okay, though. We'll get through that shield. Alright, so Bad L will go ahead and throw some heal on. We'll go ahead and hit here. We'll be able to hit our 6-hit with Brachus, which will take that shield way down. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, so that'll be ready. Then we'll go ahead and get ready here. Alright, so now we got his shield open. We'll just start hitting, getting those debuffs on him. Get everything through there. Okay. Oh, we don't have very many debuffs ready. Alright, so we'll get the decreased defense, decrease attack. So right here, this is huge. We want to try to decrease that turn meter by 100%. Nice, we land it so we can get through and get more attacks on him before he puts his shield back up. Let's go ahead and throw some poison on him. We'll get through here with Brachus. We'll go ahead and hit the decreased defense and weaken. Nice. And then we're just going to keep working through here, guys. Like I said, this is not the fastest team by any stretch of the imagination, but it works. So you guys kind of get the idea there, right? I'm going to let them auto. Actually, he's about to put his shield back up. The AI on Fire Knight drives me nuts, so we'll manual when he has his shield up, and then we'll let them auto when not. Alright, so get there, hit there. And then, as you see, the Rhazin's super fast, which helps out a ton. Him being able to run through the waves, or being able to hit often, helps out a lot. So we'll go auto from here, because it doesn't matter what they use, as long as they're hitting him, it's fine. But look at all those debuffs we got on the Fire Knight. Even that decreased speed helps out a ton. My bad L is pretty fast. Oh, I should have not let him do that. I should have saved that. That's alright. That's okay. Alright, so he's going to get through there. Alright, I'm taking over. We're going full manual here, guys. It's going to be a long run, but it's alright. We'll go full manual and take him down. But on auto, they do eventually get through there. See, that's where I needed that Night Fury, but I kind of messed up. I messed up and let him get through. Let's see, she should be able to hit and then put the defense up on her next turn. He does have the turn meter down open on Rhazin, which is good. We'll go ahead and get some poison through. Good poison. Brachus messed up his skills, of course. Go ahead, decrease defense. Decrease attack. We'll go ahead and throw up some defense. Let's go ahead and hit the weaken. Or not the weaken, the turn meter control. Love that. Okay, Brachus will get through. Let's go ahead and smack there. Steady wins the race, guys. Slow and steady wins the race. Let's go ahead and hit here. So Rhazin isn't going to hit like crazy hard, but we want to make sure he's landing like his debuffs and stuff. Let's see, increase attack. Let's do that. We'll have a 6-piece open next time. Let's hit there. And we're pretty close, especially with all those poisons that are going to come through. Let's get more poisons on. More poisons on him will save Brachus' 6-piece because he's about to put his shield back up. We might get him here. Oh, it's close. I was going to say, we might get him with how low he was in all those poisons we had on him, but not quite. Alright, so Brachus will open him up once he gets to go again. Brachus is a little bit slow. I got to get him in some speed gear. I got to farm Dragon like crazy. I need so much speed gear right now. Alright, so this will open him up. Full Moon Rampage. I love that Full Moon Rampage. It's so fun. We'll hit this. And from there, we should be good, guys. Should be GG's. Bad L taking him down. Nice. And there we go. We get some crit damage gauntlets with attack. Those could be interesting with immunity. I need some of that. So there we go, guys. Rhazin is a beast. I definitely recommend having Rhazin. He adds a lot to Fire Knight. He helps out quite a bit. I like the spider. Like I said, the spider's a little bit interesting because he's weak affinity and he can miss, and it's like a 65%, but I enjoy him quite a bit. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. I have a lot of stuff I want to make videos on. As you guys can see, I've been pulling some stuff and getting some stuff built up for you, but today's focus was Rhazin, and he still needs some gear. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads of mine. And if you did happen to miss yesterday's video, you can check it out right over there.